in all transparency, sometimes it does get draining waking up at 4 in the morning to make sure that my kids get to daycare on time. Sometimes it does get draining having to make sure that my son's appointments are on a certain time. Sometimes it does get draining having to get up when you want to take a nap. Sometimes it does get draining to do all the things that require you to be a good mother. But, you know, at the end, I just always be so appreciative of my fucking kids. And I just be this is what I prayed for. Like, I had 3 miscarriages before I got pregnant with my oldest son. This is what I prayed for. Like, I prayed to have these little walkers. Like, literally, my son's last names are Walkers. I literally prayed to have them. Like, I almost had 5 of them, if you want to be real. Like, so sometimes I really do sit back and think, like, I be making little jokes on TikTok, but it's like, I just can't see how their dad doesn't give a fuck about them. Like, I don't see how that is even possible. Like, Honor, my youngest, is literally like his dad. Like, me and his dad through and through. Like, silly, goofy. He has so much character, so much personality. Like, I know that he is gonna be feisty, you know? And then, like, Quest, my oldest, he is very, like, introverted, but to himself, but, like, he still has so much character, like, but he's identical to his dad. So sometimes it really does, like, hit me like, damn, like, I don't know what I would do if I had 2 little me's running around and I hadn't seen them in 6 months and I just didn't give a fuck about them. Didn't give a fuck to ask about them. Didn't give a fuck to see a picture of them. Didn't give a fuck to check in on them. And as a mother, like, I feel like they're straight. Like, they don't even realize that their dad's not around. So I don't really care about that part of it. The part that bugs me is because, like, my older son has autism. And I just feel like my younger one, because he doesn't have autism so far, I feel like it's going to affect him first. And he's going to realize, like, damn, like, I don't have a dada. And then my older son, he doesn't even realize that, like, dada is, like, a title of a person. He just knows that it's a line of a song. But sometimes I do be thinking, like, damn, like, that's really going to affect him, like, both of them, like, later down the line. But